Depending on what side of the spectrum you view him from, Tommy Glen Carmichael was many things. To those who fantasize about winning the jackpot in Las Vegas casinos, he was a hero. To others like him who found their bread and butter in conning organized gambling, he was a legend. And to law enforcement, he was a criminal who finally had his day in court. But no matter what you call him, it's undeniable that he's at least one thing: the man who nearly brought Las Vegas casinos to their knees. How did he do it? Well, that's what you're about to find out. Tommy's nearly 2-decade ride conning Las Vegas of its money started off innocuously enough. Born in the 1950s, he grew up with a keen interest in how machines work. Following his passion, he opened Tulsa's first television merchandise and repair shop in the 1980s. Since he was the first in the neighborhood, Tommy's TV sales and service did well initially, but soon enough, business slowed to a crawl, and it got so that he was barely making sales. While grappling with his third divorce and with his business breaching shutdown, Tommy's friend Ray Ming rides out of the sunset and saves the day. He introduced to Tommy a classic cheater's tool, the top-bottom joint. Ray also brought along a miniature slot machine with him and demonstrated how to use the cheating tool. That's where things really took off for Tommy. He spent some time taking the slot machine apart and perfecting his technique, and before long, it's Hello Vegas. Tommy first tries out his top-bottom joint on one of the nickel machines, winning $35 in only a few minutes. Buoyed by his success, he then takes a tour de scam around other spots in Vegas, quickly racking up proceeds of up to $10,000 over the weekend. Here's how the top-bottom joint worked. The slot machines they had in the 1980s have machine levers attached to spinning reels. Each of the reels has metal contacts that rest against a fixed board also covered with contacts. When a jackpot is won, 3 things happen. The spinning reels align, a circuit completes, and the hopper, which dispenses money, is then triggered. The top-bottom joint, which was made out of a short piece of guitar wire, creates an electrical charge that hotwires the hopper's motor when inserted into the slot machine. This completes a circuit and tricks the slot machine into making a payout. With the cheating tool in hand, Tommy carved quite a path through Vegas, making up to $3,000 a day. After a while, he shut down his TV repair shop and moved out to Vegas permanently. He was living the life, splurging on $1,500 dinners and watching premium shows, but all of that didn't last long. Soon enough, casinos caught up on Tommy's gimmicks, and by 1985, slot machine manufacturers upgraded the security features of their machines, which rendered Tommy's bottom joint tool obsolete. They were using slow-blow fuses. Once triggered by any foreign object, it would shut the slot machine. Before long, these machines were everywhere, and Tommy found it harder to make easy money. He had to spend more time looking for casinos that still used the older slot machines just to make a few $100. Needless to say, this brought unwanted attention to him, and in July 1985, the authorities were able to catch up on Tommy. He was caught red-handed using his cheating tool in one of the casinos he frequented. He was arrested by officials from the Nevada Gaming Control Board, or NGCB, and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. While serving his sentence in prison, Tommy met another inmate named Michael Balsamo, a criminal that had similar charges to him. Tommy shared his story and plans to Michael, and they ended up agreeing to work together hacking slot machines once they got out of jail. When Tommy was out on parole in 1987, he began to case casinos again, pending the time that his partner would get out of jail, but he discovered one troubling thing. Newer slot machines had upgraded their security features. His old tools would no longer work on the newer machines, so Tommy was forced to go back to the drawing board to hatch a new scheme. Posing as a casino owner, he would go to slot machine manufacturers and get them to show him how the slot machines worked. As Michael got out of prison, both of them scraped together $1,000 to purchase one of the updated machines for them to interrogate its security features. In about 6 months, Tommy managed to breach the security features of the machine. He found out that the counter that regulates the amount of coins to be paid can be hacked by inserting a tiny micro switch in the machine. Once tripped, the counter stops counting but keeps dispensing out coins. In order to accomplish this, he created his first bespoke cheating tool, the slider or monkey paw, and before long, Tommy was back in business. With the aid of his new tool, he was making up to $1,000 an hour, racking up proceeds 10 times faster than he ever had. For the next 2 years, he lived the good life, until once again, innovation spoiled the game for him. First, advancements in CCTV technology made it so that cameras could be installed anywhere, and needless to say, Vegas casinos invested heavily in this. This was nearly his downfall at the time. In 1990, surveillance officers noticed him acting suspiciously and put officials of the NGCB on his tail. They staked out his house and even secured a warrant for his arrest. But coincidentally, on the day the officials were to arrest him, Tommy also had chosen that day to move to a different address to evade getting arrested. Later that year, new technology meant that Tommy's tool would no longer work. The mechanical counters in the slot machines had been replaced by optic sensors that counted money by the aid of a transmitted beam. However, Tommy also upped his game. He went back to the drawing board and came up with his biggest hit yet, the light wand. The tool worked by shining a light on the optic sensor that essentially blinded it, so the machine could not regulate the coins as they came out. Again, Tommy was back in business. He even took things a step higher at this point, selling his newly curated tool to other cheats for between $10,000 and $12,000 a pop for a tool that only cost $2 to $3 to make. As a result, Tommy's escapades only got bigger and became a bigger threat to casinos since more people were using his tools. He would hit Reno, Atlantic City, Lake Tahoe, or even go on a 6-month cruise, making money hand over fist as he went. At one point, he was almost caught, but because of his quick reflexes, because he quickly got rid of the cheating tool, the authorities couldn't pin an offense on him. But, as with all illegal enterprises, one day it all came crashing down. Perhaps poetically, it was Balsamo's activities that led to Tommy's downfall. In 1999, Balsamo was arrested while using the light wand, and this led to an FBI investigation. In no time, the authorities found Tommy's phone number on Balsamo's phone and wiretapped Tommy's home. The arrest came just as Tommy was planning to start testing his new tool on $5 slot machines, which had the potential to cough up millions in short order. Arrested in 2000, he got a lighter sentence after agreeing to show authorities how his tools fooled Vegas for 20 years. Today, Tommy Carmichael is permanently banned from all Vegas casinos.